This is Zora. And she is sitting here expectantly awaiting feeding time. This is Brisket. He's also awaiting feeding, but he also just loves me. A little bit of news today. Zora went to the vet. Hi, Brisket. There she is. That's Zora, sitting next to some cookies. Though cookies are not for her. She went to the vet, and I described her URI to her, and it does just kind of sound like she caught something from Brisket when he came in. And so I've been handed more antibiotics for her. So she'll be fine. She gets to munch on some more pill pockets, which I know that she's gonna like. As for Brisket, well, he doesn't come to. He's right here. I don't know if he's on screen, but he has his appointment on Friday to get stuck full of needles and given a deworming. And so he's already doing great. He's still a bit sneezy, but he has a couple doses left of his medication. But the vet did say that if Zora doesn't actually seem to get better under her new medication by this Friday, to bring her in along with Brisket. So we will be keeping an eye on her. She'll be getting her first dose of her antibiotics. They're the same antibiotics she was on before. That kind of helped her, kind of as the just in case when she had a little bit of huffiness before. And the vet actually said that the antibiotics that she was going on would have also been Brisket's antibiotics, except for the fact that Brisket here, for the record again, this is Brisket. It's just because, he's so young, and kind of felt like maybe the antibiotics might have been a little bit too much for him, unless the URI he had was going to be a lot more, more of a URI than it actually was. But no, Brisket's actually doing just great. He's in my arm right now, licking me and snuggling, and he likes to ride around on my shoulders. Again, I'm sorry if he's not actually on the screen. I can't actually see it. But, yeah. So the things are going really well for them. Brisket's growing a mile a minute, and I think... here, let me get him off my shoulders here for a second. I think he's actually about the same size Abby was when she was around, and she was 6 months when I adopted her, which makes me suspect, I might be wrong, so I might have to get a second opinion on Brisket's size here, but he might be about the size Abby was when we adopted her. When by we, I mean me, but... If that's true, what I was trying to actually say, it probably means that he's going to be a big old void cat. I hope he's on the screen now. Sorry if he's not. He's probably going to be a big little guy. And I keep telling Zora to try and enjoy being bigger than he is, because he's going to get bigger than she is very fast. Because Zora's an adult, and she's actually really quite small. It's hard to capture that on camera, but for reference, here's my hand. My hand's about normal human size. Do humans have normal hand sizes? I don't know. And here's Brisket, and then Zora. Kind of hope that gives you an idea of the scale. Zora is a small gal. Oh, I should have asked them to weigh her. I could have adjusted her feeding. That would have been a good idea. Well, I'll definitely ask them to weigh Brisket just because as a kitten he's on the grow, and I want to make sure that I can keep up his feeding amount. Right now I give him 30 grams twice a day of kitten food. I did some math and I think that's about right for him. And for Zora, it's about 43 grams of adult food twice a day. And yeah, and they both really go for it. Although I don't know how much of this is really Brisket eating all of the food or Zora sneaking over and eating Brisket's food. Although actually Zora's been keeping to her own dish. I've been meaning to get an RFID based feeder, and I still hope to. They're just kind of expensive right now. But yeah, that's bless you. That's the news. Really is. Zora will be doing better, we hope. Brisket's already doing better, and he's about to get vaccinated for rabies and distemper and getting dewormed on Friday. And then hopefully I won't have to bring Zora in with Brisket. And after a time, the only time I'll have to take them to the vet for a while will be just until I give them their annual boosters. And there's one thing I really love about Brisket's fur, so sleek and shiny. And once he gets a little bigger, I'm going to actually put, where's the harness? Right, this collar on. I actually had it on Zora for a while, but I realized I don't really need it on Zora, but it is the perfect kind of collar to put on Brisket because, well, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Brisket is made of ink. And here, I'll even demonstrate. This is my apartment at night. Now, without turning up the brightness on your monitor, can you tell me, without a doubt, where Brisket is or what he's doing? You can see Zora, and I'm sure you could make out Brisket. Now, imagine if, say, my TV, which I have something paused, was off, and my computer was off, and, well, there's only so many light sources, and if you were to have just simply taken a picture of this and I told you to find Brisket, you probably would have had to take a closer look. But that's my point. Now, tell me, can you tell if I actually have Brisket on screen now? I could be following him. Nope. Brisket, turns out, is actually not even in this wing of the apartment. I know that sounds like I'm just being a bit condescending, I guess you could say, but I'm just saying, my point is, that's why I'm thinking of giving him that collar, because it's a bit reflective, which will make it a lot easier for me to see him at night. I've already lied down on him once, and I caught myself before it was bad, but you know how cats act really insulted when... No, don't. I need to get him trimmed. I probably should get Zora trimmed. She actually keeps her claws to herself, though. But he's gonna go after carpet if I'm not careful, and I rent this place, so I don't own this carpet. If I owned this carpet, I probably wouldn't care that much, but... Come on, Brisket. Suppose I should let you guys go, but I know that you guys want to keep staring at Brisket and Zora, who has not really moved from that spot. I think because she's worried that if she comes along, she might be a target from a Brisket pounce. That, and she's just waiting for me to feed her, which I don't actually do for another 15 or so minutes. So, I'll just leave you with this very visible brisket right now. Brisket.